Hello and welcome back to the next video in the Behind the Writing Desk series. I think this is now number 9 in the series. I think we're on vlog 9, so it's quite scary that I've done 8 previous videos. I didn't realise I'd done quite that many, but here we are. So a little update. It's been a while since the last video, so I thought I'd hop on here today and just fill you in on what's been happening and my progress or lack thereof and the reasons behind that and how I'm going to be approaching writing going forward, because as you know, as a teacher in the UK, I am now on 6 weeks summer holiday, so I've now got a good chunk of time to kind of dedicate to my writing, and so I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight on how I am planning on balancing my time going forward. If you've been around for any length of time, you will know that I've been trying to write 2 books since publishing Bella Notte on the 8th of April. Bella Notte is the prequel to my Romance in the Lake series. It's like a novella, but I've been working on The Dating Game, which is the 3rd book in my Appleford series, and I've been also working on Rivers of Blood and Fire, which is the 3rd and final book in my Viking Saga trilogy. As I mentioned a little while ago, progress hasn't been as good as I would have liked, as I would have hoped. Lots of things have been going on, but primarily I lost a cat a few weeks ago. I lost Ellie. She was about 18 years old and she wasn't very well at the end, and it was very tough. So that took some time to get over. And then Sue, one of my other cats, she got an infected tooth. So she had to go in for an operation. Turns out she had to have 7 teeth taken out, some of which just fell out. So she was pretty poorly for a couple of days after that as well, so that has kind of hindered me doing any writing as well, but hopefully she's on the mend now, so I can focus on writing going forward. I did make progress on both, although it wasn't as much as I would have liked. There was some progress being made. I was able to I think I planned up to chapter 13 or 15 for The Dating Game, and I think I've planned up to chapter 7ish on Rivers of Blood and Fire, but I always felt like I was sort of like half in, half out with the stories. Nothing was ever really gelling, so I never was able to kind of run with anything when I started. I never was really able to get into the flow with any of the writing as I was planning it, and I didn't really know why. I mean, granted, this is the first time I've tried writing 2 books at the same time. When I decided to do this way back when, I thought it was a good idea. Not so much now, because other things have kind of made me split my mind a little bit, so I haven't been able to concentrate on the 2 stories, let alone 1 story. But also we've been battling heat waves here in the UK, and if you know anything about me, if you've seen any of my other vlogs or videos in the last couple of years, you will know that I am not a heat wave kind of person. I do not cope well in the heat wave. I was getting migraines, I was just really uncomfortable. Yeah, it was just a lot. So I didn't really know what was wrong, and I kept asking myself, is it me? Am I in some kind of burnout? Was it even like the story? Are the stories wrong? Am I not gelling with them because for some reason I haven't quite found the it factor with either story yet? So a few weeks ago I took part in Ali Abdaal's summer reset, and it was like a kind of workshop thing on Zoom that I take part in every quarter. At the beginning of every quarter, it kind of gives me a chance to reset. So I kind of hopped on that, and I thought this would be a chance to kind of draw a line, figure out a few things. And I did. I kind of had an epiphany with it. So one of the main questions, he asked lots of different questions about life, work, goals, things like that. And one of the questions was, what was your main work goal that you wanted to focus on for the next 3 months till like the 30th of September or something, which is when the next workshop is. And I kind of got to thinking, and I was like, well, I want to concentrate on my writing. But when I thought of my writing, I could only think of one thing, and that was finishing the first draft of Rivers and Blood and Fire. I think maybe because this series even has been going on for so long. I first came up with the concept of this series like 6 years ago. So it has been kind of dragging on for me personally. Maybe dragging on is the wrong word. I don't mean dragging on. I don't feel like it's been dragging on, but I know it's been in my head for quite a long time. And so I just thought that's what I want to focus on. I want to focus on bringing that series, bringing that story to an end and bringing it to some kind of conclusion, because at the moment, I kind of feel like I'm doing it a disservice, and that's not fair to the story. I think finishing a first draft may be a bit ambitious by the 30th of November. I don't know. But you know what? I'm all in. I'm going for it. So I am kind of pulling back on the dating game for a little while. I'm not worried about that, in so much as I find contemporary romance a lot easier to write and to kind of like dive back into after a break than I do fantasy. So I'm thinking, if I focus on the fantasy story for the moment, get at least the first draft done, I can then jump back to the dating game at a later stage and hopefully be able to pick that up relatively easily. And then once I've done that, the plan was always to go on and do Appleford Book 4 and finish that series as well. So once I've done Rivers of Blood and Fire, I will be 100% into contemporary romance for a little while. So yeah, so the big news is I have decided to focus on one project going forward. So what's that going to look like as we go into the next few weeks? Well, I plan on writing 4 to 5 days per week. I've been listening to Deep Work by Cal Newport on Audible. I've been getting some tips with that. I've also been, if you watched my what am I reading video for this month, I've been reading a book called Rest. I forget the author's name, but the book is called Rest. And that's been kind of like giving advice on how to incorporate rest into your work schedule, which I think will be quite important going forward. Some of it I'm already doing. I'll talk about it in another video. But yeah, I do plan on taking some of those weekdays away from my desk as well, because with it being summer holidays, I intend to go out a couple of days, see a few things. I want to go to Jane Austen's house, maybe do a vlog as I go. I don't know yet, I haven't decided. Don't know whether that's going to just be a straightforward day off or whether I will be doing a little bit of vlogging for you guys. I'm not sure yet. Let me know if you would like to see that vlog. While I do intend to work 4 to 5 days a week, some weeks there might be 3 days, some weeks it might be 4. I don't know. Within those days, I'm going to be starting the day with a deep work session. So I tried this before, but it didn't work. I'm hoping that it might work this time. So basically, I intend to get up relatively early. I'm not joining the 5 a.m. club. Tried that, failed miserably. Maybe I'll join the 6 a.m. club, but I'm hoping to find some like sprints on a group called Shut Up and Write. It's an online group where you can join sprints with people from around the world, and you kind of check in. You do say an hour and a half of writing, and then you check out again. And I'm hoping that sort of thing will keep me focused for those deep work sessions in the morning. Within those deep work sessions, I want the session to last, say, 4 hours. That's the optimal time according to Cal Newport. I understand that could vary between people, for me as well. But that deep work session will then be broken up by a walk or something, and then I'll come back and do a little bit more. And then in the afternoon, I'm going to kind of leave that a little bit open. So I will be either coming back to writing. I will definitely have a gym session because I want to keep up the fitness and the exercise and stuff. But so it'll be a gym session, and then it might involve some writing or some admin stuff. I've got a few bits of businessy things I need to take care of. When I start doing it and I kind of get that under my belt, I might do a video to show you, to kind of give you an insight as to how a deep work session works for me. And that might help some of you if you're struggling to find that time or that motivation as well. So let me know if that's something you might be interested in watching. I'm also planning to reduce my time on social media. I've kind of done that already because what with everything going on, the way I've been feeling and everything, I've kind of not felt like going on social media. And actually, I've kind of enjoyed not having the hassle of social media. I mean, in some ways, I love being on Instagram and Facebook, and I love sharing stuff and I love sharing stories. But to feel like I have to do that every single day, that can be a bit draining for me. I'm old. I wasn't raised on social media, so it's all a bit alien to me still, I think. So, but yeah, I'm trying to come off of my phone a little bit more, and that is as a user as well as a poster. Kind of like, I don't want to post every day, but I also don't want to be on it every day scrolling mindlessly. That's not going to help me, and it's not going to help my focus. So I want to try and stay away from the phone in that respect as well. I also just want to be present and enjoy being out of school for 6 weeks, you know. You know, it's you know, the job I do is quite draining. It can be quite stressful. So not to be in it for a good chunk of time is quite nice. So I want to do that. I want to find my joy. I want to get back to writing and just enjoy creating stories again, because I feel like in some level I may have lost that a little bit. So yeah, that is my plan going forward. I will let you know obviously how that goes. There will be another Behind the Writing Desk vlog coming maybe in a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks or so. I don't do these every week because it just puts the pressure on and I don't need that. And plus, nothing much happens in a week. Do you know what I mean? So, unless I tell you spoilers, which I'm not going to do, nothing much happens in a week. So it's really not interesting for you guys either. Next week will be another What Am I Reading for August, and I will let you know how my reading for July has gone as well. But until then, I hope you have a really good week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.